Welcome to part 71 of Final Fantasy VIII, and in this episode we will take on the Tonberry King. Now, the Tonberry King has a prerequisite that is probably the reason why this part is very late. And that prerequisite is you have to slay 20 Tonberry. And on the 20th Tonberry, the Tonberry King is supposed to appear. I already slayed 17. That's what took me so long. So the final 3 will be shown. Yeah. And how you get them? By staying in this exact area here, because this is a fixed area where Tonberry will appear. And at least it'll give you an easier exit. So, Tonberry, how does this work? First off, immediately hit the meltdown on the Tonberry, and then hit Aura on Squall. Why Aura, you may ask? Because any other attack that happens to land on Tonberry that isn't a limit break, he will reverse with everyone's grudge. Oh, and by the way, I put Zell's duel on auto. I mean, it may not do much damage, but at least, I'll be able to have Zell do some serious damage to the most part, and I just already killed off the Tonberry. I didn't actually show off everybody's grudge, but there is a few things that need to be noted. 1, don't let Tonberry get too close. If that knife hits you, well, your teammates are dead provided you have death proof. Then you'll just be taking mega damage. Now, if your HP is low, well then yeah, it is instant death. But if your HP is high, well, this thing won't really do too much damage. You'll be able to heal. But primarily, it actually had a death strike, which of course, thanks to the fact that Squall is... Oh, and there's everybody's grudge. I'll get to that in just a minute, but thanks to the fact that everybody, including Squall, has death proof, this would not be a problem. Now everyone's grudge. Here's why I'm using Aura for Squall instead of for Renoa. I kind of slipped up there, my bad. The reason why I'm using Aura for Squall is because of the fact that Squall, if he ever hits the Tonberry, and I'm making a really big risk doing this, and the Tonberry retaliates with everyone's grudge, Squall is gonna die. Because Squall's killed the most enemies, and on top of that, his enemy count is multiplied by 20. Squall has killed 630 enemies. That is instant death for Squall because of Squall's HP. The more enemies you kill, the more it'll be multiplied by 20. That is something that you need to keep notice of. And by the way, Tonberries count in that everyone's grudge calculation. So, you can kill all the Cactuars and you can kill all the Tonberries you want, but if Squall managed to successfully get hit by everyone's grudge, he's gonna die. While everyone else won't have as bad off, because they'll probably take like 700 damage like Renoa did, or 1200 damage like what Zell did, because he didn't destroy too many enemies himself. Irvin may not take as much, Selphie may not take as much, Quistis may not take as much, but Squall, this is the one thing I hate about Squall being the de facto leader and you can't switch him out. It's because of the fact that you have literally no choice but to use him. And he will fall victim to everyone's grudge, which is all the more reason why you want Squall to be in limit break. And Aura sometimes fail too. That's why I put Aura on, so that Aura can actually give me a chance to use a limit break. And when I use a limit break, it will how should I put this? Wait, what should I... How should I put this in a nice way? If it gives me limit break, I'll be able to use Renzo Kukin more often like I did earlier. and it will not counter. Yeah, I kind of messed that one up just a little bit. Just because of the fact that I was frustrated that Aura wore off. Oh, but I didn't even show off Cactuar. As I mentioned in the last part, Cactuar's attack is based off his level. He's level 20, and he'll only do 2,000 damage. However, the higher Cactuar's level is, the more powerful he becomes. If he becomes level 100, well, guess what? That means the Cactuar is going to be doing 999 damage regardless of the enemy's defense. Yeah, that's the thing. It also breaks through enemies' defenses. So, yeah. There's that. And with that said, we are done with those Tonberries. And that should be more than enough to bring out the Tonberry King. Except it didn't. I had to go through one more battle with the Tonberry, and as soon as I did, suddenly Tonberry King! Now, the Tonberry King is much, much worse than the original Tonberry. You see, immediately, and I repeat, immediately, use Meltdown and try to reduce its physical defense or vitality, or I should say, to 0, so at least you'll be doing some damage. But if there's anything you need to watch out for, it is its sharp. He uses its sharp, like what he's about to do to Squall right now. It's going to be based off of how many enemies you kill times 100 instead of times 20. And Squall killed a lot of enemies, so therefore Squall is instantly going to die. In Renoa's case, I do believe Renoa only took down, what, 7 enemies? I'm not sure, but if, yeah, I think she's only took down 7,000. Oh god, yeah, I just realized she only took down 70 enemies. She will die instantly from that. But that's not the point. The point of the matter is, there is one other attack you need to watch out for when it comes down to the Tonberry King, and that is junk. The strategy guides will not tell you it, but oh, I only got blasting, so god damn it. But anyway, the strategy guys will not tell you about junk, but junk is actually a random damage move. Even if you have protect, there is a good chance that junk can wipe out your whole party. So it's practically RNG. It may do little damage, it may do... Oh, there's junk right there. It may do normal damage, like for instance, it may only do like 1,000 or something like that. But there is a good chance that it can KO your entire party member with one hit. Oh, and also, this is the PC version. And also, this is where, oh man, Angela Rush is actually doing more damage. Nice! But as I was saying, this is the PC version, and this fight in particular is where the frame rate shits the bed. I should have mentioned that too. Notice the squares where Squall and Renoa was moving and also being attacked. This actually happens during the fight, and it also happens in the PlayStation version of the fight. Even on emulators, the frame rate and the actual textures drop during this fight. That should be noted too. But other than that, Tonberry King is not the type that'll wait for it to get close. That is to be said. Otherwise, if you're at a decent enough defense, or at least for the most part, have luck on your side, this battle should not be too much of a problem. Yeah, you will have to heal Squall because of the fact that Squall has dealt a lot of damage to a lot of enemies because of the fact you can't switch him out, which is stupid. Needless to say, this is the whole fight. yeah, you will have to recover. And like I said, it is all based on the random RNG. Certain things actually happen if you, how should I say, get hit with junk. And Renoa actually landed the last strike and killed off the Tonberry King. And how do I know it's RNG? Real simple, the amount of items he drops. If he drops a bunch of ambles, that is basically going to be an instant kill to your team. But nonetheless, we are done here, ladies and gentlemen. We beat the Tonberry King. We got a royal crown. And with that said, we've got the Tonberry himself. And about his abilities, well, I'll discuss that in the next part. But before we go, let us show off where Bahamut is, because that is exactly where we're going to go. And off screen, I will be upping Tonberry's abilities, because Tonberry has the ability to haggle and familiar. Haggle meaning getting a discount on certain items, and familiar meaning that he will be getting a chance that rare items will show up in the shop, and also you can actually you can get like item shops because of the fact that you have the Tonberry, provided you get the ability to call in the item shops and the junk shops. But nonetheless, we're heading to Bahamut, and Bahamut is near the end of the screen on the left-hand, or lower left-hand corner of the screen. Sorry about that. In order to find him, you will need the Ragnarok, and I made a mistake and said the Galbadian prisons where Bahamut is. No, it's actually this underwater research facility right here. I used the arrow to point to it, and where my ship is right now is where it's at. So this is where Bahamut is, and I'll see you at part 72 when I actually fight Bahamut for real. This is RVman985. See you guys next time.